11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
They have waited for this moment since the start of the offseason for their team to take the field. Tonight, the Portland Fleet write the first chapter in their team's history against the Sioux Sparrows. As the inaugural season starts tonight, and it all takes place here at Portland Fleet Stadium. It's the Sparrows are coming off the devastating loss to the Orlando Swarm in the Season 14 championship game. They're expecting to bounce back tonight versus the Fleet as the Sparrows are looking to conquer here in this SFL battle. It's week number 1 here in the SFL as the season starts to heat up and catch fire. It's the SFL on 11 Sports and For the Fan. I am your play-by-play commentator, Damon Simeon, and alongside me tonight is Stephen Hacker with Jacob Clear on Stats. We're in Portland at Portland Fleet Stadium as the Sparrows take on the Fleet. When you can run it, throw it, and catch it, you're official SFL champion contenders. The Sparrows versus the Fleet is next on the 11 Sports Network. Stephen, what are your takes for tonight's game, buddy?
Oh, thanks, Damon. I think Sioux Falls is looking to build off what they put together last season, coming up just short in the championship game. Expect them to come out looking strong, and we'll see what Portland has to offer with their expansion franchise, looking to satisfy their home crowd here tonight.
Absolutely. The Fleet coming out, their first home game of their XFL existence, as they was granted expansion during the offseason, and they're taking on the runner-up to last year's championship game, man. And I think the Sparrows are basically going to come out and they're going to be looking for vengeance this entire season, as they were one of the top, few teams in the SFL last season, Stephen, and they are, looking to make some noise, I think.
Yeah, a lot of retention on their roster, was able to retain just about everybody. So, Sioux Falls looking strong, continuing to build on what they've been putting together the last couple of seasons. So, fully expect the team ready to go here tonight, and Portland has their hands full.
And here's Maxwell Falk with the ball on the tee. Boot it! Stephen, we have kickoff, and it's returned from the goal line. And Juke moving out and tackled down at the 23-yard line. And on that return was Art Vandelay. Rookie wide receiver for the Fleet on the return.
Digging in the orange tops for Portland, though, Damon.
I'm loving it, dude. I am loving it. Look like the old, I hate to say it, Santa Fe Gorillas with the orange and blue, but man, this Santa Fe Fleet uniforms look outstanding. Here's a handoff into the halfback, and Truzman picks up 6 yards on his first carry of the season.
Truzman, 6'2", 230, his second season in the SFL, converted from fullback last season, taking carries at running back this season.
Is that Sioux Falls defense? 4-3 look here. Power I formation for the offense of the Fleet. Sparrows looking to bring blitz up the middle, and from the bottom of the field. It's going to be hands off here to Truzman. Truzman picks up the first down and more. Truzman tackled and brought down by A.J. Levy, Stephen.
Yeah, Levy's a good safety for the Sioux Falls Sparrows defense, but 2 runs back-to-back for the Portland offense. I love the tone that they're trying to set. Get Truzman going early and let him pound out some yards.
Dude, if I was to tell you that A.J. Levy has been with the Sparrows ever since season 6, would you believe me?
I would. He's been around. He's been patrolling the backfield for the Sparrows for quite some time.
And that ball that was thrown in target to Vandelay, and Vandelay absolutely just drops that one. Luckily that there was no defender in near sight to pick that one off for the tip drill.
Yeah, rookie wide receiving core here. The 3 rookie wide receivers coming out for Portland. Got to expect some drops from them as they get acclimated to the SFL.
Sparrows come out in the 4-3 look again. Strong I formation once again here for the Fleet. And this time they're going to pass. There's a screen to Truzman. Truzman picks up 2 yards on that reception. 3rd and 8. Long situation here for the Fleet now, Stephen.
Yeah, 3rd and 8. you got your one first down. It's good. Good movement from Portland, but now Matt South, the quarterback's got to come out, and he's definitely got to throw the ball here on 3rd and 8.
Yeah, 3rd and 8. They got to look to convert here, as you just stated. Trips towards the left here for Matt South. Matt takes a 3-step drop, out route to the top of the field, got his receiver. Oh, it looks like he's not going to pick it up as the ball was in his right hand, tried to spin move, and he's going to come up short.
Yeah, couldn't quite make the move. Gavin Bouvet just inches short of the first down marker, and it's going to force Portland to punt. After a couple of good runs from Truzman, got him going. Oh, Demond.
Could be looking to draw the defense off sides here. I mean, they've been in this power I formation we've seen, and there's one guy, looks like he's in the neutral zone. He may get flagged, and that looks like number 26, John Barnhart. And they're going to call the timeout. I would have hiked the ball, Steven. I tell you, that guy looks like his head was right there in the neutral zone.
Yeah, it would have depended on the line judge, what kind of angle he had and whether or not Barnhart was there. But South elects to call the timeout, and now we'll see the punt unit come out, Damon.
And South is going to get a chewing out here. Not sure why when the offensive coordinator sent him out there on the field.
Yeah, everybody's so hyped up, man. It's first week 1. Everybody's ready to go. Everybody's antsy to get out on the field, and just everybody's full of emotion.
Absolutely. Portland is going to be forced to punt here to the Sparrows, who are in all yellow, black hats, black numbers, and black stripes. Juke moves there by Levy. Levy picks up a few yards on the return there, down to the 23-yard line of Sioux Falls. And this is where Julian Tyree is going to come out and take over for this offense. Colin Hart, the halfback. If we can get a look at that Sparrows offense, we'll get to it after this. And Julian Tyree is one of the only quarterbacks that wields a neck roll here in the SFL. You don't see that much from the quarterbacks here in the 20th first century. Handoff here to Hart. Hart is hit and pounded. Only picks up 1 yard on that carry.
Yeah, handoff. Look, they look like the fullback Jalen Wells that got the handoff there. They do like to use both fullback and running back in their offense, and elected to give it to the fullback for a dive that time.
You're right. There was Wells on the carry. My apologies for that. And Frank Champion on the tackle. First time calling his name tonight here early in the first quarter. Here's a handoff here to Wells again, and Wells going to pick up. Looks like that's Hart. And Champion once again on the tackle. Mark him down for 2.
Yeah, Frank Champion's a solid addition to this Portland front 7. The guy is just, he's a tackle machine, a tackle monster. So good signing for them in the offseason to shore up that front 7 for Portland.
He spent so many years up in Vancouver. He's used to the cold weather, I'll tell you that much. There's Tyree. Big arm. That pass is caught, picked up for the first down, downfield, midfield, where it's going to be tackled. And that is Warren on the receiving end of that. A.J. Warren comes up with that big catch, Steven.
Yeah, nice read there by Tyree. Sees that Warren is in a single coverage out there in the zone and puts it in the right spot, and Warren jumps up and brings it down. Nice reception.
Rookie cornerback on the coverage. Derek Major is going to have his hand full with Warren. He's picked up during the SFL draft this past off season. We'll get to that in just a minute here. Another handoff here to the fullback. Champion is just
doing work, man. He knows what's expected of him. Just, we need you to go get tackles, and he's doing his job right now early in this game.
Strong I formation here for the Sparrows. Handoff here to Colin Hart. Hart got great block downfield, being ran down by I thought it was Champion. Man with a big run. Looks like Amon takes. Caught him from behind along with number 34.
Look at Dusty Wilson, Damon.
Dustin Wilson?
Dusty Wilson was the one that sprang that big block. He was the pulling guard, got around to the left side right there, got bowled over, but that getting in the way of that linebacker is what allowed Colin Hart to go so far untouched, basically, until he was dragged down after about 20 yards.
That's the great thing about having guards on when in that strong formation. That it looks like there was a strong power play that was ran there. Tight end flex now here for the Sparrows. Another handoff here to Hart, and Hart almost the blocker didn't picks up, but if he got that block, I believe he probably picked up a few more yards.
Cooper Colston pulling on that one, and just, you know, Sioux Falls, they love to run the ball, Damon. That's something that they've established. They like to use their halfback as the feature of their offense, and they like to get him involved on the ground and through the air.
Strong I formation once again here for the Sparrows. Big 74 out to block, and Hart's tackled and brought down after picking up 4 yards.
Yeah, Hart trying to be patient, but just, you know, had to get the yards while they were there. Couldn't let the block develop. Just had, you know, took what was there. Third and manageable here inside the red zone for the Sparrows.
Cooper Colston was out front looking to pave way, but Hart just outran him. That's one thing you can't do is outrun your blockers. You find yourself in enemy territory. Block right up the middle. Hart right up the middle, and Hart is brought down. And
Mon Takes was back there to help. This Portland front seven. I'm sorry, Damon, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, buddy.
I was going to say this Portland front seven is definitely going to have to step up here tonight. You know, they're going to have to slow down Colin Hart and Jalen Wells.
Yeah, most definitely right there. Field goal here, attempt here for Maxwell Falk. And the kick is up, and it's right down the middle, 29-yarder, good. Here's a look at Matt South, Steven, back with his days with the with the Baltimore Crabs.
Yeah, Matt South taking over as Portland's quarterback. His last appearance in the SFL against Queen City, they won that game 40-35. South had a 25 of 33 pass completions, and then 323 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception in his last appearance in the SFL. So Portland hoping to reclaim some of that magic from South's last game here tonight.
Yeah, South was a really good quarterback back in his heydays when he first came into the SFL. Played with the LA Sharks as well, and that team was around for only 1 season. And there's a juke move here by the return guy. And he's brought down at the 21 as Vanderlei.
Truesman, last possession, had 2 carries for 14 yards, averaging 7 yards a carry right now. Expect to see him get a couple more carries early in this drive.
4 wide receivers set here for Matt South in the fleet. Truesman in the backfield all by himself. There's a screen here to Truesman. Not picked up a block. And he's going to be tackled and brought down. And that is John Barnhart with that tackle there.
Yeah, Barnhart's a really good cornerback for Sioux Falls. Once he joined the team, he's really just been a staple of the secondary. 4 seasons now, all 4 seasons with Sioux Falls.
Matt South called an audible, changing the play here. Split back formation, handoff here to Truesman. Truesman's going to pick up, looks like 6 yards on that carry.
And Truzman's having some early success here, looking like he's doing some work in the offseason running the ball. Looks a little lean out there, like he shed some weight, looking a little bit shifty at the running back position.
Yeah, he looks pretty good out there tonight. Far formation here, hand off to Truzman. Truzman's not going to pick up the first down. 4th and 1. What a hit by the D lineman there. And that was Alex Parker coming away with that big hit, Steven.
Yeah, this front seven for Sioux Falls is no slouch. They've got really good linebackers and defensive linemen. They're a competitor every season, offensively, defensively. They're a well put together team.
And not picking up the first down there forces Portland to punt the ball for the second time. Almost block attempt there. Here's Levy with a spin move. Nothing doing there. Sioux Falls had a pretty nice drive on the last possession, Steven. What would you like to see more from this Sioux Falls offense on this particular drive here?
Well, I think the only thing you could add to their drive was just finish it out. They were inside the red zone. They were right there, just missed opportunity on a couple of missed blocks and didn't score, hit pay dirt. And I think that's the only thing they can improve on. Portland has looked pretty good here in their first game, coming out looking sharp early.
There's a slant right across the middle of the field, and that pass is caught. Almost a first down there for the Sparrows. It's Gunnar Lewis on the reception.
6'5", 235 in his second season, both with Sioux Falls. So working a little bit with Tyree, hoping to continue on from his last season successes.
And that is a tall wide receiver, I tell you. Trips left here for Tyree. Tyree's going to screen pass to Colin Hart. Hart picks up the first down.
Do it all back. Colin Hart, give it to him on the ground, throw him the ball, let him get some yards after the catch. He's just he'll do whatever you need to get the first down. The guy's just a weapon, an absolute weapon.
Twins left here now for Hart. Strong eye formation. Handoff. I'm sorry for Tyree. My apologies. Got a little ahead of myself there. Hart on the carry. Nothing doing. Loses 2 yards.
Frank Champion just tracking the ball carrier. 4 tackles, 1 for a loss now, just everywhere for this Portland defense.
And that's something Champion has done his entire career. I mean, we saw that a lot when he was up in Vancouver, that is. Julian Tyree on a 5-step drop. Throws an out route. Picks up 8 yards on that carry there.
And that's a tough matchup for Amon Takes, the linebacker, to be out there trying to corral Colin Hart. Got a little bit of help from the safety coming down to make the tackle, but that's a tough matchup. We'll see if Sioux Falls looks to exploit that one again.
I totally agree with you, Steven. Tight end flex here. Hand off to Hart. Hart is hit big. Man. Champion, my goodness. You got barbecue down there? You didn't invite us? How dare you hurt our feelings?
Just a textbook gap play by Frank Champion. Stepped up, just met Colin Hart in the hole, in the trenches, and stopped his momentum. Fantastic play for the Fleet.
Absolutely. Great defensive play there by Frank Champion. Here's a punt block attempt, and he almost got that one. Fair catch here by the Fleet. And they're going to start this drive, their third drive of the game here now for the Fleet at the 17-yard lines. Will they be starting this one off? And here's a week 1 headline, Steven.
Yeah, you got to look at the new dynasty in Atlanta. Quarterback Bryant Dynasty leads the Swarm to a thrilling win in the opening matchup. And then sweet revenge for Jacksonville as they take down Vancouver 23-21. Even Arthur's 3-interception game help St. Louis to help Louisiana take down St. Louis. And DeMont, your Houston Hyenas, took down my Fort Worth Toros a little bit earlier this afternoon as well.
Well, Steven, I wasn't going to bring it up.
Well, you know what? I'm a competitor, and I'm not too afraid to take one on the chin. When I lose, I lose, But I'm gonna come back next week, and we'll play you again. We'll get you next time.
Absolutely. It was an outstanding game. If you haven't seen it, I do request for you to go back and take a look at that game day. It was great competition from both teams, back and forth, I must say. Came down to the wire. There's a handoff here to Truzman, and Truzman breaks a tackle, bulldozes forward, picks up 6 yards on that first carry of this possession for the halfback.
And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Sioux Falls Sparrows lead 3-0 against the Portland Fleet. We're going to take a quick break. We are the Simulation Football League on For the Fans and 11 Sports. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Simulation Football League. We're live on 11 Sports, and for the fan, here's a handoff. It's a Truman is smacked around like a disc. Oh my God, I can't get my words out. I want to say like a bad dog or something, just.
It's a big play, though, just met right at the line of scrimmage. But these running backs, Colin Hart just has absolutely dominated his time in the SFL. 1,000 carries, 6,569 rushing yards, good for 6.2 yards per carry, 76 touchdowns. Truzman, converting from a fullback last season, only with 33 carries, 101 yards, 3.1 average for a fullback, good yardage for a fullback, yards per carry, and then with the 2 touchdowns. So the conversion, it shows that Portland's going to have to, commit to their guy, maybe let him grow a little bit. But, this matchup tonight is definitely a tough one, and Colin Hart's the guy that you want to mirror as far as what your running back can do.
I totally have to agree with you there, Steven. I mean, coming into your first game of your inaugural season to face, the runner-up of last season's championship game and a top tier defense of the Sparrows,
Right.
You're going to have to come out with a magnificent game plan, and you cannot have a mediocre offense. Not saying that Portland has a mediocre offense, but you have to come out with some firepower. I would, suggest that they continue to give Truzman the ball, find some open spaces during the middle of the field, right behind the linebackers, on some in routes or slants by the wide receivers. Here's a handoff here to Colin Hart. Hart bulldozes forward. Oh my goodness! He sends a man to the shadow realm, as T-Roy Cruz would say. I'm sorry, T-Roy Gaines would say. My goodness, what a run by Hart!
And again, you see the patience, this well-oiled machine of the Sioux Falls offense. They just, they seem to be able to get linemen downfield, securing blocks. They just seem to be a master at that next level blocking, getting those guys to the second and third level to help Colin Hart break those big runs.
Free safety Dakota Jonathan is going to have to come a little bit stronger than that on the next tackle attempt for Colin Hart. 3 wide receivers set here. Tight end going on a slant route. Across the middle of the field. That pass is caught. And that is Gunnar Lewis, the big 6'5", 235-pound second-year man for this Sparrows organization. Picks up the big first down.
Yeah, good recognition by Tyree. Steps back, throws, nice tight spiral, right where it needed to be. And it was good coverage. Portland, was there. It's just, a little bit of nerves, a little bit of jitters, trying to get all that out and be in the right spot. But, Portland's still in this ball game, and their defense is definitely staying with Sioux Falls right now.
Strong eye formation here once again for the Sparrows. They love the strong eye, I tell you. Hand off into the fullback. He's going to pick up 2 yards on that carry there. And it looks like he was met once again by none other than Frank Champion. My goodness, this dude is racking up the tackles tonight. Must
Yeah, absolutely setting the tone for this Portland Fleet defense. You know, the fans here at the Shipyard are really getting behind him, and he's trying to let his teammates know that just because the Sioux Falls were in the championship last season doesn't mean that they can't win here tonight.
all slants, big pass play down the middle of the field there to the big tight end. Oh,
Mel
that's not
Davidge.
that's wide receiver Al Delapre Sr.
And nice catch there as Mel Davis was coming in right as he was making the reception and laid a nice hit on him.
I want to say that was Delapre's first reception of the game there. Strong guy formation here once again for the Sparrows. Defense is showing a 4-3 look. There's shifting over to the strong side. A fullback dive. This time he's met by the middle linebacker, Mel Davis.
Yeah, Mel Davis, nice job there, stepping up in the gap in the trenches to meet him to stop him for no gain. And second and long.
Gun straight here for the Sparrows. Dime formation for the defense. Slant on the pass is picked off right across the middle of the field. What an outstanding defensive play here for the Portland Fleet. And the fans are on their feet for the Fleet. And man, I tell you, Dakota Jonason made up for that one there.
Yeah, Johansson just stepped right in front of that. Tyree, I don't know if he didn't see him or just trusted his arm a little too much, but a great play by the rookie, picking up his first career interception in the SFL.
Johansson with that beautiful pick on a play that has been dominated in the SFL, the 90 all slants, and he figured out a way how to cover it. I formation for the Fleet. Barrows like they're going to show blitz, and Truzman's going to be tackled and brought down after picking up 2 yards there.
Yeah, good tackle there by Nick Fargo.
Yeah, great tackle there. And if you saw Nick wrapped up with both hands around the legs of Truzman, giving him nowhere to go. He had twins left for Matt South. Hand off to Truzman again. Truzman got blocked, and he's going to be brought down after picking up just a few yards there. Looks like 4 on that particular pickup. 3rd and 5 now, Steven.
Yeah, and I like what offensive coordinator Mel Davis is doing. You know, you signed your running back, you trust him, but now your quarterback is in position. It's 3rd and manageable. It's not an impossible 3rd down here, so let's see what they elect to do on 3rd and 5.
Gun straight here now for the Fleet. There's a man wide open to the top of the field. He decided to go across the middle. Wrong idea when A.J. Levy is playing that position at strong safety.
And that's exactly what you expect from the Sioux Falls defense. They've got 2 center fielders, Jay Ringgold and A.J. Levy. These guys will intercept anything if you throw it out there. They're just waiting for the quarterback to throw the ball, and you just come to expect those kinds of plays from the secondary.
Valentine was wide open on an out route to the top of the field. Not sure if you saw it, Steven. But
would have had the first down.
Would have had the first down. Got right behind the sticks, but Matt South decided to get greedy and go for the big bomb down the field. Here's Tyree with a little pressure. Sidearm throw to Colin Hart, and Hart's going to pick up 5 yards on that reception there on the swing route.
Maybe shaking off some rust a little bit on the Portland side there on offense, but you know their defense has definitely done a good job keeping them in this ball game. Sioux Falls does not seem to be able to get string first downs together and score points. So we'll see how this one turns out, if that interception hurts Portland or not.
Man coverage. I do not see a cornerback on the bottom wide receiver, and there's pressure. Tyree goes down hard. And that is Robert Brar, the defensive end, rookie, 6'6", 280 pounds. Five wide receiver set here for Tyree. Corner post. He got his man. And that is a touchdown for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. And that is Gunnar Lewis coming up with that big touchdown, the first touchdown of the game, as he crosses Hollywood.
Man, a big play down the right sideline. Just dynamite throw by Tyree. The coverage was there. Just a well-thrown ball, well received, and ran into the end zone. And points off turnovers now for Sioux Falls. Gives them a 9-0 lead right now.
Yeah, came up with that big play there to Gunner Lewis. And as you stated, Stephen, the coverage was there, but it looked like the corner jumped just a little bit too early than what he should have before trying to attempt the pass deflection. Here's the extra point attempt by Falk, and that is good right down the middle. The Sioux Falls Sparrows take a 10-0 lead here in the middle of the first half as they get ready to kick it off back to the Portland Fleet. And you're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the Fan. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. Welcome back to the Simulation Football League here on 11 Sports and for the Fan. As the Sparrows kicks it off to the Fleet, and that ball is going to be returned out of the end zone, Steven. Oh, there's a spin move, and I thought he was going to break away, Steven.
Vanderlei looked like he had a shot there. Definitely looks like he's aiming to get into the end zone for the Fleet.
Vanderlei rocking the old school 2-bar face mask. How classic are those?
I like the classic looks, all this flash and flare, all these guys wearing gloves and sleeves and stuff. I like the no glove, no sleeve approach. That's how I go after it.
Handoff here to Truzman up the middle of the field, and Truzman looks like he's going to pick up about 5 yards on that carry there. Tackled by a host of Sparrows. Picked up first by number 24.
And Truzman's going to be a key part of this Portland offense. They're going to have to work around and through Truzman to get Matt South time to get acclimated back and get his feet underneath him. So I like that they're continuing to use Truzman here.
Here's Matt South on a one-step drop. Got a man across the middle of the field. Picks up 4 yards. That is Valentine on that reception there. And I want to say that's Valentine's first reception.
Yeah, 4th round pick, 2nd overall. Or 2nd pick in the 4th round, number 68 overall. Played for Ottawa in the minor leagues.
Joke is here for the Fleet. Swing pass here to Truzman. Truzman picks up the first down and knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line of Portland.
Alex Parker out in coverage, able to drag Truzman down, but the first down is a good sign for Portland. They need to keep moving the chains. Only a handful of first downs so far, 2 by my count. So Portland needs to string together a couple of first downs here and maybe get some points before the half.
1st and 10 here now for Portland at their very own 39-yard line. 4 minutes left here in the second quarter. Matt South calling the signal. Takes a 3-step drive. South cross the middle of the field. That pass is almost intercepted. Terrell Davis almost came away with that one.
Yeah, Connor Weston, the intended target, but good coverage by Davis, able to knock that one down. And good job. I want to shout out our stats team, Jacob Clear and JL Browning out in the stats truck, working hard, making us sound a lot smarter than we are. But we appreciate all the hard work you guys are putting in for us here tonight. Thanks, guys.
Matt South once again in shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers set. Got a man across the middle of the field. Looks like a tight end there, if I'm not mistaken. And there was the tight end. Nelson Lozano comes away with that reception.
Yeah, and getting the tight end involved is a nice wrinkle to your offense. If you can find a way to get him underneath and get around some of the linebackers or maybe that nickel corner in coverage, they're a weapon to be had in the offense.
And sometimes the tight end gets lost by the defense when they're in that gun king spread. And there's an INT there. Another one here for the Sparrows, and this time it's Jay Ringgold coming away with that INT.
Yeah, again, these 2 safeties, they love to play center field. If you throw the ball down the middle third, they're gonna go get it. I mean, they're dynamite playmakers. You just do not want to throw that particular route against Sioux Falls because they're going to be there and they're going to take it away from you.
Ringgold has 6 assists on the night, no tackles, but comes away with that INT there. 4 wide receivers set here for the Sparrows, no tight end in, and there's a pass out route down to the bottom of the field, picks up the first down. And that is Noe Terrazas on that reception.
First target, first reception of the game. And I think Portland has to be feeling a little pressure right here, DeMond. I mean, they're going to need their defense to get a stop here. I think 13 points, or if they give up a field goal or a touchdown going into the half, you got to be sweating a little bit. So a stop here would do wonders for this home team fleet.
Just under 3 minutes here. Handoff here to the halfback. Looks like the fullback that time. I'm so used to teams only having just a halfback, and now there's full backs. Everybody's running the ball out of the backfield. So.
Yeah, I love all the options. It means you got to keep your eyes. Where's the ball going? You got to be alert. You got to have a good game plan. I love it.
Totally agree. Another handoff here to the fullback. Picks up a yard on that carry there. Brought down by Mel Davis. This is Mel Davis' first year with the team, his 2nd year in the SFL.
And also on the coaching staff, offensive coordinator helping out owner Jacob Bouvet. Bouvet's the defensive coordinator for the Portland Fleet.
5 wide receivers on the field. There's a first down pickup by the Sparrows. Julian Tyree was throwing a dart on that last pass to A.J. Warren, his number 1 receiver. Zip.
Yeah, empty set just found him wide open and just able to move the chains, definitely in field goal range.
And that is the 2-minute warning. You're watching the Simulation Football on 11 Sports and for the fan. We're going to take a short commercial break and we'll be right back. Sioux Falls Sparrows defense and special team. Here's a highlight here of what this team does. As there's a tip drill there, interception, and they're going to take this back for a pick six. And this is what Sioux Falls is known for, forcing turnovers and creating points off of those turnovers that they create. There's their special teams as well. This team is very dangerous. AJ Levy on the return, spin move there, and zip, he is gone.
And even on more so, that this was in the playoffs last season on their run to the championship, where they eventually lost in that game. But I mean, just spectacular plays in the biggest moments for the Sioux Falls Sparrows playmakers.
Let's look at AJ Warren, number one receiver for this team. 44 yards on 2 receptions and 2 targets. Longest of the night is 28. There's going to be a quarterback sneak right up the middle of the field. He's going to pick up 5 yards. Julian Tyree never seems to surprise me.
Yeah, and that's in his repertoire. Sioux Falls will dial that up from time to time and let Tyree take off running and gets 5 yards on that one. Seemed to have caught Portland by surprise, caught him off guard.
Not everyone has the guts to run a quarterback sneak in this league. Power I formation. There's a handoff here to Colin Hart. Colin Hart, zips out to the top of the field, gets a block of 3, picks up a first down and more out to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, nice blocking, just patient, good vision to get upfield and get down to the 8-yard line. So just clock's ticking on just about a minute left in this half. I know Sioux Falls is hoping to get 6 points here.
If they do picks up 6 here, there will be their second touchdown or points converted off of a takeaway. Colin Hart numbers there, 5.7 yards per carry, 57 total yards.
Sioux Falls did struggle last time, Damon, down in a similar position last time. They did struggle, so let's see if they've corrected that since.
5-step drop here by Tyree, throws out to Colin Hart, and Hart is going to be tackled and brought down at the 5-yard line. Calls for a timeout, Sioux Falls. 35 seconds left on the clock. Steven, what would be your suggestion to do here? Would you run the ball with Hart, or would you try to find something maybe in the back of the end zone or probably in the out route towards the bottom of the field where there's a lot in open space?
I think they might try to target the corner in the back of the end zone. Maybe AJ Warren. In this particular, it's probably going to be Gunnar Lewis. Maybe the bottom right of your screen. We'll see if they go a corner or a fade route.
It is Lewis on the bottom. Lewis goes across the middle. Whoa, there's a pass across the middle, and he is hit hard by Mel Davis.
Davis made him pay the price. I mean, the reception was there. You had the ball in your hands, and just a big play by Mel Davis to rock the ball loose and save 6 points for Portland.
That was a great play, outstanding play by the middle linebacker there in coverage and knock the ball loose there to protect his end zone. What better defense can you ask for?
Yeah, I mean, Portland has came out, and I mean, again, in my mind, they're playing very impressive. First game of their franchise existence. Sioux Falls, again, being in the championship game last year, in that game, it wasn't a blowout. They were in that thing to win it, and they're a competitive team. They returned almost every single player on their team, had a couple of guys from the draft, and it's a tough challenge for any team, even the best teams in the SFL. So in my mind, Portland is definitely checking all the boxes, meeting all the marks as far as what you expect for the first game.
Falk converts his second field goal of the night. That one was for 22 yards. 29 seconds left here on the clock. I'm not sure why Portland is not nearly when they're in the end zone on these returns.
Maybe he feels his toe is too close, doesn't want to take that step back, or he just, like I said, maybe he's just itching to get in the end zone there, Damon. You know how the playmakers are, man. When you get that ball, you know how it is. You get the ball, you feel like you can score every time. I know that's how I feel.
He's feeling very confident, returning that joker, 4 yards out of the end zone. 3 wide receivers set here for Matt South. Will they pass or will he run the ball? Here with Trusman. There's a handoff here up the middle, and that run is going to pick up 8 yards. I think they're just going to let the clock run out.
I think that's smart. Go conservative. Go into half, regroup. Don't do anything risky. Sioux Falls has shown that they can, they can pick you off. So I think maybe just stay a little conservative. Don't do anything too crazy. And they're going to throw the ball, Damon.
5-step drop here by South. South throws an out route and picks up the first down. And that's going to do it, folks. We're going to end the half there with the first down pickup by the Portland Fleet as the Sioux Falls Sparrows are up 13-0 here at the season opener for the Fleet here in Portland. And Steven, you can take away here with the halftime stats show.
Yeah, I think both teams have shown up here tonight looking really good. I think it was expected to see some question marks on Portland's side, and I think everybody knows what to expect for Sioux Falls. You know, they want to get Colin Hart involved. They're going to know how to do that. So, you know, I think, you know, the things that you look at is, you know, how well is Portland doing, you know, against Colin Hart? Well, I think that, you know, they're doing well. You know, you see a big play here on the replay, but I think that for the most part, they've done a good job containing him out in the flats. That's a tough job. He's a threat at receiver as well. So I think for Portland to go into halftime only down 13 in this game, I think that you feel like you have a shot. And so it's just, you know, you got to figure some things out on offense. You got to string together a couple of first downs using Trusman, and then Matt South has to pick up a couple of first downs using his arm, and maybe run through your progressions. Maybe don't hit that first progression. Maybe look at one of your second or third progression. Maybe that, like you said, on that out route that was open instead of taking that deep shot. Some of those plays are there for Matt South. He's just got to get comfortable in the pocket and make the plays for his team.
Absolutely, Steven. And as you stated earlier in the game, that this Sioux Falls offense averaged over 160 plus yards last season. But you got to give it up to the Fleet defense. I mean, they're holding Colin Hart in check. Only 55 yards here in the first half. I mean, we've seen him over the years with that. This dude would have 100 or so plus at halftime. So great defense is being played by the Fleet in the run game. They just got to get things under control back in the secondary of the defense and force some more turnovers back on that end there and play some great coverage.
Yeah, let's look at third down. Sioux Falls 50% on third down. Right now, Portland 1 for 6, 16% on third down for Portland. So that's something that they need to go into the second half and address. Sioux Falls 9 first downs gained in the first half. Portland with 3. 34 plays for Sioux Falls, 26 for Portland. So Sioux Falls controlling the ball a little bit there. But again, Portland not out of this ball game. They're still in it. Just got to string together something on offense here. Sioux Falls going to return this kick. AJ Levy makes a move, gets returned out to the Sioux Falls 29-yard line. That's where Julian Tyree's going to take over in the second half.
If you're new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the first controlerless esports where strategy and AI, instead of thumbs, determines outcome. Teams submit game plan prior to the simulation, and the results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers tuned, turn players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create their all-new virtual reality. Visit www.simulationfl.net for more information.
Yeah, the first down reception there. Noe Terrazas reels in the slant pattern, and Bob Funk was there to make the tackle, the rookie. Let's see, Bob Funk he was the first round, pick 20, and he's out of Birmingham in the minors.
Here's split back pro formation for Julian Tyree and the Sparrows. Handoff to the fullback. Oh my goodness, what a run. He picks up 6 yards. I love to see a fullback drop his head and with a full head of steam right behind him.
And Jalen Wells last season really became a part of the Sioux Falls offense. You know, kind of did whatever they needed. Not afraid to block for Colin Hart. Not afraid to carry the ball, or he'll even go out as a receiver as well. So, you know, it's just do whatever it takes for Sioux Falls to win. It's what Jalen Wells does.
Hand off to Hart, and Hart makes a man miss down the sideline. Out to the 13 of Portland. What a run there by Colin Hart as he shot out of the cannon.
Yeah, big run down the right side again. A lineman there just waiting to give him a block. And just, again, these offensive linemen for Sioux Falls have done a great job up to this point, making sure Colin Hart and Jalen Wells have room to run. And big shout out to Dusty Wilson, 6'3", 300-pound rookie, 5th-round pick from Annapolis, doing a great job in this Sioux Falls Sparrows offense.
Strong guy formation here for the Sparrows. Great block for Colin Hart there. Picks up 5 yards on that carry. Hart now up to 98 yards for the game after that big run of 38. Quarterback sneak here for Tyree. Tyree goes right up the middle. He picks up 4.
Yeah, they had success earlier when they did that, so they went with it again, a 3rd and 1. And I think this Sioux Falls has to be looking at, they need to get this first down. They've been in this position twice already and had to settle for field goals. So I think that they're wanting to get this first down and eventually punch it in for 6. We'll see if Portland's defense is up for the challenge.
Goal line situation here. Oh. Colin Hart crosses Hollywood Boulevard for his first touchdown of the season.
And Colin Hart with a fantastic run off the left side. Portland's defense was in position to make a play, but Colin Hart overpowers the defense on his way to the end zone for 6 points. So a 19-point lead pending the extra points. Sioux Falls.
Sparrows jumped up to a 19-0 lead now. Here's Falk with the extra point attempt. There's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Sparrows goes up 20-0 here over the Portland Fleet at Portland Fleet Stadium. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fan. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. Welcome back, everyone, to the Simulation Football League here on 11 Sports and For the Fan. As the Sparrows has just taken a 20-0 lead in this game here in the third quarter. And here's the Fleet with the return out to the 20-yard line.
And Matt South has got to take control of this game now, I think. You got to start looking at getting away from Truesman a little bit here and opening up your offense with Matt South. And let's see what he can do for this Portland offense, Damon.
Yeah, they got to let Matt South sling the thing around the ballpark here and, see what his arm can do. 3 wide receivers set here for the Fleet. Truesman in the backfield. Truesman's going to pick up 2 yards on that carry. No blocking at all on that play there. But you got to give it up for this outstanding linebacker core for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. These guys have been awesome over the years, Stephen. Have one of the great linebacker core in the league.
Yeah, I remember they were one of the teams that went 3 linebackers, and a lot of the community was kind of side-eyeing, like, why do they have so many linebackers? But they definitely they like to use them. They know how to put them in position to win.
And there's a big play by Matt South that we was just talking about him to get things going for this offense, and South finds his man right down the middle of the field, and that was wide receiver Connor Weston.
big play by Connor Weston. Has already had a couple of receptions here today. But nice selection, is nice hands as a wide receiver, and was a second-round pick, number 35 overall, out of Albuquerque.
Man, South on a 3-step drop, throws across the middle of it. That pass is almost intercepted. Dangerous zone there. Nick Fargo with the almost interception.
Both of these teams, Damon, they really invested heavily in their front seven, especially at the linebacker position. As you see Portland with those 3 players, that's good for the top 11. Those 3 guys are in the top 11 of linebackers. And then Fargo, Parker, and Fuentes rounded out. All 6 are in the top 21 in linebackers of 53 eligible. So both of these teams very, very top heavy at the linebacker position.
As the Twins left, goes down the middle of the field. That pass is deflected away by A.J. Levy, the veteran of this secondary here for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Looking for that one all the way.
And I like the aggressiveness. I think that this is the time. You don't necessarily have to take 15-yard shots down the field every time, but you do need to start looking for those holes in the Sioux Falls defense and figure out a way to score.
Five-step drop here by South. South goes a dart across the middle of the field, and that pass is converted and picked up a first down on that one as well. Matt South with the laser on that throw.
Yeah, fired it in and is not phased at all by the defense, it seems, continuing to take those risky throws, trusting his arm. And, John Valentine was in there to make the reception. 6'1", wide receiver, 210 pounds, 4th-round pick, number 68 overall out of Ottawa.
There's trips right here for the Fleet. South calling the signal, hand off to Truzman. Truzman goes right up the middle of the field, picks up 2 yards.
And I think you need that. You need to change the pace. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they hand it to him again. Just try to get Sioux Falls a little off balance, maybe not so committed to the pass, and then maybe look to throw it, maybe get into 3rd and manageable and try to throw for the first down on 3rd down.
2nd and 8 here. Best field position all night for the Fleet. 2-step drop by South. South throws an out route to the top of the field, converts it. 3rd and 4.
Terrell Davis in coverage there, but Connor Weston on a nice out route secures the target. And now again, it's a 3rd and manageable. So can Matt South convert this 3rd down, or is Portland going to have to settle for a field goal in almost inside red zone? But 3rd and 4, it's a critical one. Let's see if they can convert this and get closer to 6.
Far formation. Hand out to Truzman. Truzman got some block by the fullback, and he's hit hard after picking up the first down. Jay Ringo comes up in that free safety spot.
I think that was a good job schematically by Mel Davis coming out in that formation, spreading out the linebackers and then running it right up the middle. And Truzman got enough for the first down. I think that was a good play call.
1st and 10 at the 17 of Sioux Falls. Shotgun formation for Matt South. Takes 2 steps back. Throws to the back of the end zone. That pass is intercepted. No fly zone for this defense. And that is their 3rd, or should I say, that's their 3rd INT for the night. And 2 by Ringo.
You do not throw at Jay Ringgold in the red zone. Repeat, newsflash, whatever you want to call it, do not throw at Jay Ringgold in the red zone. He will take the ball away from you. I expect that play. When that happens, you target that guy, he's going to take it away from you. Just phenomenal play, but Matt South's got to look somewhere else.
I'm not upset with the attempt. It was a great decision to go to the back of the end zone, but man, you just have to give it up for great coverage for the Sparrows there. Man, look at Colin Hart with a magnificent run, shoulder charge on the DB there. Derek Majors on the tackle attempt, but Hart just came with a whole lot more power.
Yeah, Derek Majors, the 3rd-round pick, number 65 overall, I thought was a steal for Portland. A great guy, good value for them at corner.
Julian Colin Hart there on that reception. Picks up the first down. 1st and 10 are the Sparrows. Four takeaways for the Sparrows tonight. Split pro, handoff here to the fullback, and nothing doing. He's stopped and met at the line of scrimmage by Frank Champion, as Champion continues to rack up the tackle numbers. I want to say that's his 8th tackle for the night.
Yeah, 8 solo, 2 assisted tackles, just all over the field, just tracking the ball carrier down. A fantastic acquisition for Portland. Just Frank Champion, dynamite player on defense.
5 wide receivers set here for Tyree. Tyree is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Brought down, loss of 4 there. And that is from the big D tackle, Gary Burney.
Yeah, 6'6", 330 pounds, 4th round pick out of Boise. Gets in there and gets his first sack of his career.
What is there other to do in Boise besides eat?
Get sacked, apparently.
Here's Tyree. Tip drill almost taken away by the Fleet, but he dropped it.
And Johansson was there, almost able to come away with the interception. Despite
the score, Stephen, I have to say that I'm really impressed with the defense of Portland's here. You have to look at Sioux Falls. A lot of, majority of the points came off of takeaways, but the Fleet has just been playing outstanding defense, to say here, despite the score,
Yeah. We'll continue. Go ahead, go on.
We're going to take a break. And we'll be right back right after this commercial break. Remember, you're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports Network and For the Fans. And there's Matt South and the Fleet out to the Portland's 32-yard line, 1st and 10s, where they're going to take over. 4 wide receivers set here. There's a handoff into Truzman, and Truzman's going to pick up 2 yards.
Yeah, that split's pretty nice, though. DeMond and Truzman in his first, crack at running back, 3.4. But more interesting, right now, I think a lot of people are more worried about Matt South. And, who is Matt South? What has he got to offer? Well, career passing yards, he's at 5,600. He's got 32 career passing touchdowns, 43 interceptions, and 11-3 record as a starter. So there's a bio on Matt South and the Portland Fleet quarterback.
I mean, the yards itself lets you know that South has the capability of tossing it around the ballpark. No slouch at that. But I think you got to make better decisions here versus this veteran defense. I mean, this is one of the teams that no one left their organization in free agency. There's an out route pass down to the bottom of the field. They're going to convert the reception there, but he's going to step out of bounds before passing the sticks, Matt. And that's something that broadcasters talk about a lot here in the SFL, is that these receivers need to learn how to get past the sticks on some of these routes.
Yeah, and it can kill a drive for you, just like this one. Just that one extra yard that your receiver could have picked up, or the timing on that route kills a drive, and you needed points, and it could potentially further the gap and a bigger uphill battle for Portland.
There's the return for Levy, and Levy is smothered. Put down in the basement of the fleet, should I say. Is there a basement on the boat? What is it called down there?
I couldn't tell you.
Someone Google that and let me know in the chat.
I know there's like the starboard and port and the bow. I don't spend a lot of time in the water or on the water or in boats, Damon. Spend a lot of my time coaching and simming here in this wonderful simulation football league, such as yourself, right?
Shotgun formation for Tyree, and Tyree converts the pass there to the fullback. Here's a little food for thought. I wanted to join the U.S. Navy, but unto certain circumstances, such as me being completely deaf, 100% in my left ear, I couldn't join the U.S. military and be part of the U.S. Navy military branch. Here's an out route by Julian Tyree to the top of the field, and that pass is caught by Gunnar Lewis. Picks up the first down, Steven.
Yeah, and the military, we have a lot of veterans and active military members in our community, and we have the utmost respect for them. And I'm kind of in the same boat, man. Speaking of boats, a lot of the men in my family served in the military, and I was kind of in that same regard of I actually have kind of the same thing. I had reconstructive surgery on my left ear, so I have a soft spot in my skull, so that was a disqualifier for me. But would have joined as well, as long as a lot of the other guys in the military in my family.
Here's Colin Hart shooting out a cannon to the top of the field once again, and he's met and hit by Frank Champion.
And Champion making a play now, 10, 15 yards downfield, not only, 5 yards from the center, but, having to track down the ball carriers. So doing a good job for this defense, showing that he's a veteran and setting the tone for them continuing to make plays here late in this ballgame.
I've also noticed that the corners are having a hard time bringing down Hart one-on-one as well. Steven, we got a lot of guys. Speaking on the military, Optimus Klein states that he couldn't join because he's deaf in his left ear as well. Wanted to join the Marines. Here's an out route to the fullback, and Champion all over it. Picks up 5 yards though, but man, what a nice high helmet tackle by Champion.
And Wells continuing to get looks too. I think that Sioux Falls has shown that they're committed to keeping their fullback involved. Again, retention on Sioux Falls is not an issue. Bringing back everybody from last season, reloaded, ready to go again here for season 15.
Twins right here for Tyree. Handoff to Hart. Oh my goodness, Champion blew up the blocker, but it freed up Hart. Hart down the sideline, 5-2. He's out of bounds at the 2-yard line, and it's going to be first and goal for the Sparrows.
A good job by Dakota Johansson to get over there and push Colin Hart out of bounds after the great blocking by the Sioux Falls offense. Just great job by Portland to get there at the last second to keep him out of the end zone. Maybe they can keep Sioux Falls out and hold them to a field goal.
I couldn't get the number of the player that tried to block Frank Champion and was blown away. Julian Tyree, 5-step drop, gets pressure, flag on the play. Not sure what it is. Could be holding here.
Wouldn't surprise me with how fast the pressure got there, Damon.
And that is Bernard Patterson with that sack. And it's defensive holding.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? Defensive holding on cornerback Chris Thatch. Oh my. I thought it was offensive holding, but it's defensive holding. And everybody, that's the end of the third quarter. Everyone put your fours up in the chat. You're watching the Simulation Football League here live on 11 Sports and for the Fan. I'm your broadcaster, Damon Seaman, alongside with Steven Hacker. We'll be right back. We're back, everyone. Welcome back to the Simulation Football League live at 11 Sports and for the fan. The Sparrows have the ball at the Portland Fleet's 1 yard line. Jumbo formation here. Going to hand off here to Colin Hardy. He's blown up at the 2 yard line. 1 yard loss. Frank Champion with his 11th tackle of the night. Just come. Second and go. Handoff here to the fullback, and he's going to be blown up as well. Mel Davis there on the tackle.
Portland is putting in work here. Damon just absolutely not giving an inch here to Sioux Falls. 3rd and goal. Let's see if they can hold them one more time.
And this is what they paid their linebacker core to do, to be a stout like this here on goal line situation. They're coming out goal line, defense, offense in the power I, and Colin walks in without a problem or an issue behind him. Hollywood Boulevard has been crossed for the second time tonight by Colin Hart.
And overcommitment on the Portland Fleet. Looks like they sent a blitz, and just the Sioux Falls were able to not quite able to pick it up, but Colin Hart was able to hit the right gap, and nobody was able to stop him on his way to the end zone.
And here's a field goal, the extra point attempt, should I say, here by Falk, and that kick is up, and it is good.
Nine-play, 77-yard drive, capped off by a 1 yard Colin Hart touchdown run. Big shout out to Jacob Clear and J.L. Browning out in the stats truck. Vandalay on the return. Go ahead, Damon, pick back up.
Here's Vandalay on the return, but you got it there. It wasn't nothing doing after that.
We pretty much nailed it right on the head. 10 minutes to go, though, Damon. Matt South taking those shots deep down the middle. Maybe let's see if maybe they adjust and take some shots on the out routes or deep down the outside third of the field.
Yeah, this is what they're going to have to do. Get this thing moving. I would love to see this team get some points on the board here in the fourth quarter, where that is early, get some momentum going. There's an out route down to the bottom of the field. Spin move. Picks up 7 yards. Great play call there because the bottom of the field was wide open.
And Portland needs to get in rhythm. Still 10 minutes left, but I think that I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe some hurry up come up here late in this fourth quarter as they try to mount a comeback.
Let's go. 2nd and 3. Ball at the 29-yard line.
4 wide receivers set here for the Fleet. They're going to hand off here to Truzman, and Truzman's going to be tackled in the backfield for a 1 yard loss, Steven. And great defensive play there by the Sparrows and the defensive linebacker there, Alex Parker.
Good job by the linebacker, definitely to step up and slow Truzman down, forcing South now to throw on 3rd and 4.
South steps up in the pocket. That pass is deflected away.
And Barnhart just showing that his 4 seasons in the SFL haven't gone to waste, showing these rookie wide receivers, what it takes to be in the big leagues, and steps up, knocks that one down, and stops Portland from getting any momentum or any traction on that drive.
Yep. Valentine's tried to come away with the reception there, but as you just stated, the coverage was just outstanding. He was hip for hip with the wide receiver there and was able to come away with that deflection. This, as we stated, this Sparrow defense is pretty stout. They didn't lose anyone in the offseason as many other teams have. And there's AJ Levy spin move, another spin move, AJ, and he crosses the 50-yard line down to the 47. This guy here can pop a return at any moment. Everybody, welcome back to the Simulation Football League here on 11 Sports. And for the fans, there's a look at the Sioux Falls Sparrows quarterback Julian Tyree. They're in split jokers formation here. The Fleet are showing blitz, handoff here to the fullback, and he picks up 7 yards on that carry, Steven. This running game here for the Sparrows has been pretty decent, should I say.
Yeah, and they've looked really good, and I like what Sioux Falls did there. Is they showed that they were ready to muscle up. You know, they're willing to protect their lead, and they're going to just go right at Portland here.
Here's Tyree underneath the center. It looks like they probably were just going to run the clock out here. There's Colin Hart. Hart picks up a block from Wells, and he's going to pick up the first down before he's met by a gang of Fleet there. Mel Davis on the tackle with company.
And again, it's a tough task slowing Colin Hart down. You know, it's just a grind throughout the whole game. He just keeps getting the ball, and it just wears on your defense. But, you know, Portland's staying true. They're trying to stick with it and getting after the ball carrier.
Power I formation here now for the Sparrows. Fleet's going to stay at home, not showing blitz at all. And off here to Hart, and Hart's met in the backfield. And can you guess who that is?
None other, man. Just Frank Champion of 3 tackles for a loss, double-digit 10-plus tackles here tonight, just all over the field for Portland. Could be a defensive candidate, you know, defensive player of the week or something, you know, get him on the highlights.
I would have to say so. Dude is up to 13 tackles now. He plays that outside linebacker position so well. He plays it like he's the middle. I mean, he's just a smart individual. There's a bomb threat down the field. It is caught by Gunnar Lewis. My goodness, what a diving catch. Stephen Hacker, I don't know if you heard this phrase before, but mama, you won't believe what I just saw. I saw a man fly.
And he was flying, just absolutely laid out for that catch, and just a phenomenal grab to get Sioux Falls down to the Portland 9-yard line and threatening to score some more points.
Julian Tyree, handoff here to Colin Hart. Hart tries to bulldoze, but this time he's whoops upside to head by the strong safety there.
Shad Allen from Ottawa, the 3rd-round pick, 6'2", 213 pounds, stepped up to the challenge of taking down Colin Hart there.
It is so amazing to see so many new players here in the SFL on teams from our SFL Minors League. Split back formation here, handoff here to Wells. Wells bounces outside. He's going to be picked up a few yards, but he's going to be caught and met by Frank Champion and others. It looks like Darwin Nuevo.
I was just counting it up, Demond, and it's 13 rookies on this Portland team that went from couch to field. 4, 5, 6 months ago, these guys were spectators, and now they're making their debut here in the SFL here tonight.
Absolutely, and there's Julian Tyree, throws a strike across the middle of the field to Gunnar Lewis as he picks up his first touchdown reception of the night. Or is that his second, should I say?
Yeah, 2 touchdowns now for Gunnar Lewis, and picking up where he left off last season. It looks like he's continued through the offseason. Looked like he worked hard in the offseason program and is shining here tonight for Sioux Falls. And, it doesn't look like they really missed a beat from season 14 to 15. Looks like they're early contenders to be back in the championship game here tonight. And Portland just happened to be their first victim, so to speak.
There's an extra point attempt here by Falk, and the kick is up, and it is good right down the middle. 34-0. The Sioux Falls Sparrows are showing no mercy on the Portland Fleet as the opener of their inaugural season. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fan. We'll be right back. Damon Seaman and Stephen Hacker. Everyone, welcome back to the Simulation Football League here on 11 Sports and for the fan. We're here in Portland, Oregon, here at Portland Fleet Stadium. There's a return there by Vanderlei out to the 19-yard line. Steven, I still am kind of wondering why he keeps returning the ball deep out of the end zone.
Yeah, especially on that one, and Neil probably would have got him to the 20, but like playmakers make plays. Like I say, you get the ball in your hands, you feel like you can do something with it. And I don't fault them for that.
Split King shotgun down the middle of the field. That pass is deflected away and almost intercepted by Jose Fuentes off the Matt South, you can't throw the ball there in quadruple coverage.
Let's go. 2nd and 10 from your Fury 20-yard line.
2nd and 10 here for the Portland Fleet. Jokers, and here's Truzman on the handoff, and nothing doing for Truzman as he stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Still looking for something that works, trying to just keep Sioux Falls honest, trying to set up their passing game, I believe is what they're going for there on now a 3rd and 10, South in the shotgun, Demond.
Yeah, they're forced to pass here on 3rd and 10, Stephen. And it looks like it's going to be man coverage across the board here for the Sparrows. Let's see if the Fleet can find an opening. There's a pass attempt right across the middle of the field and overthrown his guy. But Matt South was pressured by this stingy defense of the Sparrows, and they're going to be forced to punt the ball away.
And James Kelly, Jonathan Camp getting a little bit of pressure, forcing Matt South to be a little uncomfortable in the pocket and just overthrew his target there. 3rd downs tonight for Portland, 3 for 11, 27%. So struggling there to convert on 3rd down for Portland tonight.
Yeah, that's something that they're gonna go back to the drawing boards. They're gonna look at the film and they're gonna, look where things went wrong for them. And I believe that this Portland team is gonna make the correct adjustments, to get themselves back on track, or should I say on track. At the start of this season. This is just game 1. Week 1 is basically just for you to see where your team is at, if you ask me. And then you go from there. During the middle of the season, if you're not being progressive, is where you want to be worried. But right now, I think you should just take a look at what's going on and just go from the drawing boards, and just correct the mistakes that your team is making.
That's right. Your coaching staff and your scouts, you got to evaluate what you did right, what you did wrong. Maybe some things you need to change. Maybe some things just didn't work your way tonight, but you got to evaluate those things. And I definitely think Portland has some stuff that they can look forward to going into next week.
Yeah, absolutely. The young team looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I really like the wide receiver trio.
5-step drop here. There's a tip ball that pass is intercepted by the Fleet, and they're going to have a 1st down at the 34-yard line off that pass deflection INT. And my goodness, if this man here does not get player of the week on the defensive side of the ball, Mr. Frank Champion.
Why is it only got to be defensive side of the ball? I think he should be player of the week. I mean, 12 solo tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, now an interception. I mean, this guy, is single-handedly doing everything he can to keep his team in this ball game, just having an absolute, a great performance.
Yeah, he's playing well. You just might be right. He could be up for player of the week, despite what side of the ball he's on. He's just been that outstanding this game. High snap. Matt South got a man open to the top of the field. He turns up, picks up 8 yards, 7 yards, Mike. That is.
And Portland, 2nd and 3, I think they need to continue to try to throw the ball here. You got out of bounds there, stop the clock. So regroup, come out with a nice formation, but you definitely need to stay passing here, keep the ball moving through Matt South's arm.
2nd and 3. Truzman in the backfield and the I-form formation, Jokers. Don't forget there's 2 wide receivers on the line as well. It's going to be a pass attempt. Find Truzman in the flat, and Truzman going to pick up the first down after being hit right at the first down line. No huddle here now for the Fleet. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the ball game. Same play. They're going to go no huddle again. I thought Truzman was out of bounds there. Looks like this is the only play in that formation. I have not seen an audible yet. 3 straight passes to Truzman. 3rd and 9 here.
They're trying to save timeouts.
They are. You can see it. Oh, my goodness. And Matt Soft is blown up in the backfield. It's going to be a deep loss there. 4th and 15 now for the Fleet. Steven Hacker, what do you do now after that? Do you go for it here on 4th down, or do you go ahead and punt the ball away?
For me, you go for it. You go for it. A punt's not going to do anything to help you here. You just go for it and see what happens.
Play action attempt. Pass is converted. Picked up 5 yards of the 15. Turnover there.
And I think it's the right decision. Again, the result wasn't there, but had he kept his feet in bounds, maybe could have made a potential turn up field and get the first down there. But I like the aggressiveness. I feel like at this point in the game, you got to go for the first down regardless of where you are. Everything is 4-down territory for Portland right now.
Yeah. 3-4 defense here. And Colin Hart is hitting the backfield, met by Champion and Mel Davis, the 2 outstanding linebackers here for this team.
And Hart just continuing to be the workhorse for this Sparrows offense. Just, like we were talking about before, in chat, just in my mind, he's a walking legend in the SFL. The guy is just, I think he's due to set records. And again, commentators curse, but I've been a fan of his since I joined the league. I think he's a phenomenal back and just a dynamite performance here in week 1 for the Sparrows.
It looks like the backups are now in for the Sparrows, and there's Willie Beeman right up the middle, picks up 1 yard on that quarterback sneak carry.
And Sioux Falls is in no hurry right now. They're Portland's not using their timeouts. Sioux Falls is happy to let the clock wind down. They're in complete control of this ballgame.
And there's a 2-minute warning, everybody. You're watching the Simulation Football League here live on 11 Sports and for the fan. We're going to take a short commercial break, and we will be right back. See you in a few. Everyone, welcome back to Portland Fleet Stadium here in Portland, Oregon, as the Sioux Falls Sparrows has the ball on their Portland 47-yard line. Tyree, big step, drop, big arm down the middle of the field. He got this man for the first down on 3rd and long, and that conversion goes to Al Dillapre Sr.
Yeah, Dillapre has been targeted a few times here tonight by Tyree, and it has secured a couple of nice targets. And the first down for Sioux Falls, now they're going to force Portland with the 2-minute warning pass. They're going to force Portland to have to use their timeouts. So it's all but downhill now for Sioux Falls. They just protect the ball, and they've secured this game.
Yeah, they're just going to run the clock here out. There's a handoff here to the fullback, Wales, and Wales picks up 3.
Get a couple of chat shout-outs, Damon. How about that? I see Hog Fan James, Minson Mind, AJ Today, Jackson, John Trusman, Fleet running back, Chris Comisac, Ike McBride, Denver Nightwing, C. Pundy, Jay Ringgold, Tom Rahman. Thank you guys for being here. You can find that chat at twitch.tv/FTFnext. If you join us in and want to be a part of the action, talking to some of the players and coaches that are in the chat every game.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us tonight. And that was a handoff by Colin Hart. I thought the starters were out, or maybe they just subbed in the backup quarterback for Sioux Falls. Well, it looks like Hart's has been taken out of the game now. Here's Beeman on a 5-step drop. Out route. That pass is caught. Almost picks up the first down. Steven comes up 1 yard short.
And that's going to end that Sioux Falls drive. They should go conservative. Definitely kick the field goal, take the points, eat up as much clock as you can in the process. That's the right move here for Sioux Falls. Lining up, this will be about a 32-yard field goal for Falk. Bad snap, corralled by Beeman, and Falk puts it through 31 yards, so extends the lead now 37 Sioux Falls, 0 Portland, and Sioux Falls again in complete control. Not showing any mercy here to Portland on their inaugural game in front of their home crowd. The SFL, there's no mercy shown here. There's no tiebreakers. We believe that you win, and you whenever you have a chance to win, you take that opportunity and you run with it. So Sioux Falls demonstrating that here tonight, ready to start season 15 off strong with a big win. Portland's going to return this. Vandelay gets ahead a couple of his blockers, gets returned out to the Portland 22-yard line.
Great return there by Vanderlei, and Falk is 3 for 3 on the night, Stephen, from the field goal attempts there. I mean, that's starting off strong for the season. As we know here in the SFL, the kickers love to put on a competition to see who can go through the entire season without missing a field goal.
And definitely some kickers are really competitive. They want that title. They want to be the best kicker in the SFL. South takes a shot down the right side. What a throw! And did he get out of bounds? He did. Nice reception down the sidelines.
Yep, the receiver did get out of bounds. 51 seconds there left on the clock. Is Bovet on that reception there. First and 10 here for Portland. At Sioux Falls 45-yard line. 3 wide receivers set. Portland's in the shotgun. Nickel defense for the Sparrows. Looks like man coverage all around. 2-step drop here by Matt South. Big arm down the middle of the field. He got a receiver with the reception. Touchdown for the Portland Fleet as they get their first touchdown in franchise history. And that is a strike south to Connor Weston. Man, what a big throw.
Yeah, and there's some dynamite. That's what your team needed to see here tonight in your first game. Just let's see what we got. And this is a play that's going to be in the playbook. And you love to see it. Big play for Connor Weston. Now with 7 receptions, 115 yards, and has the touchdown. So a big play. Nice game for the rookie Connor Weston. And definitely something that you want to try to build on next week.
Great way to keep fighting for the Portland Fleet. Extra point attempt here. There's a high snap. That kick is up, and it is good. You got to respect respect the fight of this Portland Fleets team here. I mean, the defense has been, doing what they can all night long versus this magnificent roster here of the Sparrows. And here's the onside kick, and that one is going to be received by the Sparrows. And the Sparrows basically just going to run this out, Steven.
Yeah, that's all they got to do. 43 seconds. Portland has no timeout, so just one handoff or one kneel down, and that should wrap us up. And again, big shout out to Portland's defense here tonight. I thought they played really well despite giving up 37 points to Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls is a tough opponent. I think any team any given week could give up 37 points to Sioux Falls. So I think Portland they showed a lot of heart here tonight. It's definitely it's a tough game out there. A lot of these teams, a lot of these coaches are veterans. They know what they're doing, and Sioux Falls is one of those teams. And I think Portland learned a valuable lesson here tonight. I know Portland's owner Jacob Bouvette is a fighter. He doesn't want the easy road, so I know he's up to the challenge. He wants to learn the lessons, and he got one here tonight. And I know he'll come back next week stronger because of it.
Yeah, they'll come back fighting strong next season. I mean, not next season, next week. I'm not trying to look that far ahead.
1 week at a time, come on.
Absolutely. Season just started. Trust me, I am not trying to get the season over with. Well, that should do it, folks. The Sioux Falls Sparrows come out of here with a victory, 37-7 over the Portland Fleet, and they become spoiler versus the Fleet here in their home opener to season 15, week 1. Steven, take it away for us.
Yeah, so I'd wrap up. I'd start with the Baltimore-Atlanta game Friday, where Baltimore lost to Atlanta. Atlanta was the home team, 32-35. Fort Worth lost to Houston. Houston was the home team, 26-33. Vancouver lost at Jacksonville, 21-23. Louisiana won at St. Louis, 30-10. And here tonight, Sioux Falls wins at Portland, 37-7. So home teams right now 3-2 to start the season. I know everybody's always interested in the home field win-loss record. Trend on player of the game so far was 3 wide receivers. Reggie Streeter was the one running back to get player of the game so far. So we'll see if that trend breaks again. If we can go, maybe I think Colin Hart's probably been in the player of the game conversation here tonight. Portland's wide receivers, Weston looked really good. Got to look at getting some of the other receivers involved. I know they were getting their tight end involved. That's a good start. Truzman looked sharp, I thought, averaging about 3 yards on the ground. I think that's a good start. They're going to have to find ways to keep him involved and get him going on the ground. I think that's going to be their first down guy. He's got to be the guy that moves the chains. Defensively for Portland, they look sharp. Frank Champion led the way, 12 solo tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, and he had the interception. On the defensive side for Sioux Falls, man, Jay Ringgold and AJ Levy all over the place. Ringgold with 2 picks. I thought John Barnhart played really well. The 3 linebackers for Sioux Falls, of course, played well. Colin Hart, just a stud. But Gunnar Lewis with 6 receptions for 102 yards, 2 touchdowns, also probably in the player of the game conversation. Tyree, 20 of 24, 255, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 104 QBR. And player of the game, Damon.
Player of the game, there it is. Colin Hart coming away with player of the game. And everyone, make sure you check out tomorrow's action. London at Tulsa, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. You have Chicago at Mexico City at 3 p.m. Queen City visits Florida at 5. And then you have Arizona versus Lone Star at 7 p.m. Everyone, I was your play-by-play tonight. Damon Simeon with Stephen Hacker. Stephen, take it away for us.
And Jacob Clear, J.L. Browning on the stats team. Thank you guys. Producer Cameron Irvine. Thank you so much. Marcus Dunhill, Mike Daggs, Destro. Thank you guys. Andrew Estelli. Thanks everybody for working so hard in the offseason to make a great week 1. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.
See you when we see you. Peace.